Hello everybody, thank you for joining me today. I do truly appreciate it. And before we get started, let me address the elephant in the room. Bad Street USA is from the Freebirds. Michael Hayes, Bam Bam Terry Gordy, and Buddy Rogers, just in case you were asking. Bad Street USA is Atlanta, GA. The further down the block you went, the badder it got. So there you go. But today is a glorious day. I've got a book in a box. The friendly neighborhood mail lady has hooked a brother up. In fact, it was a FedEx person, so I don't know if that's the friendly neighborhood FedEx lady or guy or whatever else. I don't know. Never met the deliverer, but they did me a favor by dropping this on the ground out by the road instead of putting it in the bin. But I did get a little message with a picture showing me where it was at, so I was able to get it quickly before it hung out there by the passerby in the rain and the wolves and coyotes. And we don't have wolves in Florida. We do have critters roaming around though. But this book came directly from Ludlow, SH, wherever that is, I do not know, but GB, I believe, is Great Britain. Curious King, ever hear of it? Is a company in Great Britain, GB, a British company that has delivered a book, and this one is called The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. Ever hear of it? And it is part one of the Broken Earth trilogy. Now, I didn't know this, so I don't want to sound like I'm just a genius, but I read, I'm a book reader, I can read also on the internet. I read that this is the first trilogy ever that each part of the trilogy, that means 3, won a Hugo Award. Now, I do not know what a Hugo Award is worth at the coffee shop down the road, but it sounds kind of interesting. So, N.K. Jemisin's Broken Earth trilogy won 3 Hugo Awards, one for each book in the series. And this is the first one. And it's the standard edition. Standard edition was limited to 500 copies. I've gotten one book from the publisher in the past, and I really did like the quality of work that I got. So, without much more further ado, let's open this mother up, take a look inside, see what she looked like. So, I've been opening boxes for years now, doing these, that ain't a knife, doing these videos, opening these boxes, and it never seems to get old for me as a box opener. But when I get the sweet, the beautiful, the higher end books from some publishers like this, and this one was bound by Ludlow Bookbinding, well, sounds good to me. Can't wait to see what she looks like. Can't wait to see. I have seen some photos of this book on the interwebs already, and so I'm glad and looking forward to getting mine in hand. I'm gonna hurt myself here opening this box up, but you can see it traveled a good long way from Great Britain to the United States, Brooksville, Florida more precisely, and you can see how they protected box inside a box. And then we got bubble wrap, and here's the concoction in which this thing was packaged, and it did the job. You see, when you got a box, one of the keys is space. Having lots of space for the book, because the more space, that means the more damage that the box can take, bending it in before it hits my book. But I also need stuff in there that's going to keep it from sliding around and banging around inside the box like the brain on a concussion. And then the cardboard itself needs to be as sturdy as possible to help prevent stuff from getting bashed. So Curious King did a pretty good job of protecting my book for the long journey that it had to take to get to my front gate, and then now into my library. But let's get back to the matters at hand. I have purple. It seems I have purple in a bag, and I want to get it out. I'm going to take it out and show you what I got. So here we go. I'm excited for this one. It feels neat already. So I'm holding a slipcase. Let me set it down for a moment because this thing doesn't want to come out of the bag. It likes the bag. Comes with a cool bookmark that looks so good. So good. Let's see what it says. Man, it looks good. Amethyst edition, the 5th season N.K. Jemisin, illustrated by John Anthony DiGiovanni. Amethyst edition. So my edition is the standard, they called it. I wonder if they're calling it the Amethyst edition, the standard edition, or if they just call their version of this book the Amethyst edition. And you can see www.curiousking.co.uk, and it does look good. So you can see at the bottom, Broken Earth Trilogy. I like it when publishers do things like this, little extra trinkets to add to what I've got. And then here is our purple buckram slipcase. Oh gosh, there's a spine. This is what it'll look like on my shelf the right way. And wow, just look at there, the foil stamping on the spine. And I like the way the art takes up most of the spine, but you still get the Curious King logo. You still get the title of the book, the author's name, and you get Broken Earth Trilogy. So you get all the info, but it's still mostly artwork. So it's kind of like the best of both worlds. Now, there is something disappointing to those of you who like to put your books on the shelves the wrong way, Mark Mastall. And when you do that with this book, you will not know what it is. You will look like you have a big flat thing sitting on your shelf. Don't know what it is. So they didn't hook y'all up. They just hooked me up. I think I showed you this already. That one color gold foil stamping on the slipcase. And I love slipcases. To me, the slipcase is worth a lot of extra money, especially if it is tailor-made to the book. But a slipcase just makes it better. Signatures also make it better. So Curious King has hooked me up in so many different ways. And there is a heavy-duty slipcase. It's not thin. It's heavy, stout, and it looks good. And it ain't busted up. The friendly neighborhood FedEx person took good care of us. When I take the book out of the slipcase, there is our John Anthony DiGiovanni artwork that wraps all the way around. And I'll take that slipcase off and I'll show you what she'll look like all stretched out. All stretched out for you. This book looks good. I'll show you here in a minute. But first things first, you cannot feel what I feel. You may hear what I hear, but you don't feel what I feel. But this slipcase is thick. This dust jacket, it's not a slipcase. The dust jacket is thick. That's what I'm saying. You can't feel it. Sometimes you get these dust jackets and they just feel like a thin paper. This is thick. Feel it. Check it out. Thick, stout, sturdy is what I like. But that dust jacket artwork is just absolutely phenomenal. It's fabulous. Stare at it. It looks so good, man. I love it when the artwork comes together like that. The 5th season is the Hugo Award winning first novel in the incredible N.K. Jemisin's Broken Earth trilogy. And this is the Amethyst edition, it says there. But man, it just looks so good. I'm glad I was able to pull the trigger. Now, when this book came out, I think it's the second actual book published. They may have done a rebind. I think they did a rebind. Then they published one book, and then this will be their second one from Curious King, and it's just phenomenal stuff. Very, very good. Being in the UK, you buy it in the United States, you pay in pounds, and depending on the exchange rate, the dollar price may go up or down depending on what's going on. But this one I tracked it. At the time I bought it, I paid $315.82 US to buy the book, have it shipped the standard editions. That's what I paid then. Now, when I look at this book, that's what I was saying. I wanted to show you. You can see there is the 2-color hot foiled stamping on the cream paper covered boards, and it is so beautiful. It feels nice in the hand. But then look at the spine. The spine is quarter-bound marbled cloth, and you can see the colors on there. And then the two colors, look at there on the label on the spine. Man, it looks so nice. So nice. So the art on the spine itself is Freya Scott of Paper Wilds. And dang, it looks good. This is one of those books, I've talked about this before, but one of those books that you almost need to display one with that beautiful dust jacket artwork and then display another just like that. It looks so awesome, so fabulous. And it's Curious King. For me, this is the standard edition. They've got multiples that are higher than this. The standard edition limited to 500 copies. The numbered edition, I think, limited to 200 copies. Then a lettered edition, I think there's maybe 50. I don't recall. I'm not a lettered guy. And then a Roman numeral edition. So this is fabulous, phenomenal. But it's the bottom of the barrel for them. I can only imagine what some of those other editions look like, feel like, and such as that. But let's go on. Wait, there's more. Look at these illustrated full color end papers. Good night, Irene. It looks so good. So good. Let's see if the back appears to be, at a glance, the same as the front. But now, I said slipcases are better. Books and slipcases, it's just better. I also said signed is better. So I'm trying to find the signature page for this one. And let's do it. Let's find out. This one is signed in person by author N.K. Jemisin as well as artist John Anthony DiGiovanni. And here it is, limited to 500 copies. And there's my signature page. Several things about this. There are interior illustrations in this book. 8 full-colored, tipped-in plates is what it said there. So here is our frontispiece, and you can see it's attached on one side. It's not the full size, but look at the full color artwork, and then look at the 2-color letterpress printing over here. Man, it is nice, and you can feel it. You can feel that texture there, and it looks so good. It looks better. It's gotta be. Looks better in person. And then here, look, I'm opening this book, and look at how the pages are a prologue. Man, it looks nice. Look at how the pages just open. Here's our letterpress printed book. Nomad letterpress of Cheltenham is what I can read. And it is, like I said, bound by Ludlow Bookbinders, printed on Munkin Rough Cream 120 GSM. I don't know what all that means, but I can tell you this. The paper feels nice. It is quality paper. It is letterpress printed. Now, here's one thing I want to show you. Let you be the judge. The typeset. It is small. It is very small. So they fit, and the margins are kind of big. So that's an observation. You can take that for whatever you will. Just an observation. I'm just a guy turning pages. That's all. Turning pages and talking smack. That's all I'm doing here. Not creating anything of value other than showing you stuff. But I want to show you what else is in here. These are tipped in, full color, full page illustrations by John Anthony DiGiovanni. And the website says 8. So I wanted to try to show you all of them. And the color goes all the way to the edge, so it makes it a little bit easier for a guy like me to figure out where they are without too much work. Now, one thing, I take a big whiff of this book, because when I'm showing you these pictures, I'm smelling the book. And it's got that Ludlow letterpress book smell. No, it smells good. It's nice. Just another part of the experience. So I let you feel it. I let you smell it. I let you see it. I let you hear me, but I will not let you taste it. It's my book. Taste your own book. But this artwork is just phenomenal. I know why. I mean, the book hasn't been that long since it was published. But a lot of times books like these, they wait on the art just as much as they wait on the printing or the binding or the boxing. The slipcases often take time too. But a lot of times they're waiting on the art. And this one, I don't know. I don't know if John Anthony DiGiovanni took a while. I don't know how that worked. But to make this kind of stuff, it ain't easy and it ain't fast. So sometimes the artists are trying to get the artwork right. And you can only go so far until the artwork is completed to be able to get the book out. And I know, I don't think I heard anything about this edition, but I do know that some books and some publishing deadlines aren't met because of artwork. But when you see this much of it, with this much detail, thought, quality, you see, hey, that's work, and it takes time, worth waiting for, worth paying for. And this is fabulous here. So I'd say this is my second standard edition from Curious King, and I'd say, because I have to say, they hit it out of the park once again. I mean, a home run, walk off, game winner, just fabulous. Great work here. I'm a big fan of these folks and their work, and I'm really happy that I was able to get a copy of the 5th season here. It looks so good, it feels so good, and it's so nice. I recommend, if you get a chance, jump on it, get you one, but it looks so good. And I can think of no more lies to tell. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for your time. I do truly appreciate it. C'est la vie, baby. Oh, hey, buddy. I didn't notice you. I'm ready. Let's go.